What if one simple skill could make every client feel profoundly heard? And double the impact of your therapy sessions. That skill is reflective listening, and in the next few minutes you'll learn exactly how to use it like a pro. Hi, today we're diving into reflection, the art of mirroring a client's thoughts and feelings so precisely that trust, clarity, and change follow naturally. You'll hear why reflection matters, how to do it, the traps to avoid, and, real-world examples you can start using today. Empathy in action mirroring shows clients you truly get them, fulfilling Carl Rogers' core condition for growth. Stronger alliance feeling deeply heard cements the therapeutic bond, the top predictor of positive outcomes. Built-in clarity clients hear their own words back and suddenly spot patterns and deeper feelings. Opens the floodgates. Accurate reflection invites clients to go further and discover their own solutions. Picture holding up a mirror. The clearer the reflection, the more your client sees themselves. Alright, so let's talk about full-body listening. That means eye contact, open posture, and, really tuned-in silence. It's about hearing not just the words, but also the emotional music underneath. Next, you want to capture the essence of what's being said. Start simple, just rephrase those key phrases. Then level up by naming the underlying feelings. For example, if a client says, "I lost my job and I'm scared," you might respond, "You're really scared about what comes next after losing that job." Pair feelings with facts, like reflecting both the event and the emotion. You told your friend you were fine, yet you felt hurt inside. Always stay client-centered and non-judgmental. Reflect first and save advice or questions for later. Keep the spotlight on their story. Use their words, but don't just parrot them. Sprinkle in their key phrases, then add your own understanding to show you've really processed their meaning. And don't forget to check and adjust. Treat every reflection as kind of a hypothesis. Watch for nods, corrections, or if they go deeper, and then pivot as needed. Finally, use strategic summaries to tie everything together at natural pauses. Let me see if I'm catching this. Did I get that right? So let's cover some common pitfalls and how to fix them. First up is parroting, just repeating the client's words. The fix? Paraphrase and add emotion, like saying betrayed or upset. Then there's formula voice, where you use the same lead-in every time, like what I hear you saying is. Instead, vary your phrasing so it sounds more natural. Another pitfall is missing emotion, reflecting only the facts. To fix that, listen for tone and actually name the feeling. There's also the advice attack, where you jump to solutions too soon. The fix here is to stay with reflection until the client feels fully heard. Mind reading is another one, stating interpretations as facts, like, "You were traumatized." Instead, use tentative language such as, "I wonder if that felt traumatic." And finally, reflection overload, reflecting every single sentence. The fix: choose impactful moments, focus on quality over quantity. Let's look at a few before and after examples, just to make this really clear. For the exhausted caregiver, an ineffective reflection might be, "You're exhausted and unappreciated." But an effective one would be, "You're worn out from always caring for others, and it hurts that no one notices." For the procrastinating student, saying, "You're not studying and just watching TV," doesn't go deep enough. Instead, try, "Part of you knows the exam matters, yet another part freezes and turns to TV to escape." And with the overcalled daughter, "Your mom calls too much," is pretty surface level. A more effective reflection would be, "You feel overwhelmed by her constant calls," then guilty for feeling irritated. Notice how these effective versions add emotional depth and really name the internal dilemma, which invites a much richer dialogue. Reflection isn't flashy, but honestly, it's the bedrock of empathy, insight, and real change. If you master this skill, every session becomes a safe mirror where clients can finally see themselves clearly. If this helped, hit like, subscribe for more counseling skills, and share your toughest reflection challenge in the comments. I'll jump in with tips. Thanks for listening, and keep reflecting.